and welcome back to my channel. I hope you're all doing really well. So today I am here with a drugstore tutorial. I love doing these, and today it is none other than the classic black smoky eye. So if you'd like to see how I got this look, then please keep watching. So I first started off with clean skin and I used my NYX HD eyeshadow base on both of my eyelids, so this helps the eyeshadow not crease and the colours pop. And I also made sure that I put some underneath my eyes as well, because we were going to smoke the smoky eye out a lot, and this will help prevent any creasing there as well. Moving on to eyeshadow, I used the Nudes palette by Maybelline, and I took this shade here, which is a beautiful shimmery, glittery, pinky, champagne-y colour on my eyebrow bone, and I did the same on the other side. And it wasn't until I finished filming this tutorial that I realised how much of a gorgeous colour it is. Then taking this warmer brown tone shade, which is a matte brown, I put that with a fluffy brush into my crease, and this would act as a really nice transition shade. And I did the same thing to the other eye before putting some sellotape onto my eyes. So I made sure I left a few millimeters gap underneath my lower lash line, because I wanted this to make my eyes look bigger, and this also helps them look more dramatic. Then taking this Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner by Maybelline, I started to pack this on to my eyelid. So I'm making sure I'm not going above where we applied that crease colour, but also kind of making sure that there's a nice kind of arch there, and it's not too messy, because this will help when we go and blend the colours in together. And here I'm doing the same on the other eye, and making sure that I'm dragging that colour towards where we've put the tape, and this will just help elongate the eyes even more. Then taking this matte black shade, I'm just applying this directly on top of the areas where I put the gel eyeliner, and this just really kind of blocks that colour out, and it's super dramatic and black. And again, I'm making sure that near the crease it's kind of neat as possible. Then taking these cool and warm tone matte brown shades, I'm basically working this into the crease. So this is where the transition colour and the black meet. And this takes a bit of a while, but once you keep blending away, you get like a really smooth kind of transition between all the colours that are on your lids. Here I'm just taking a big fluffy brush just to make sure that all the colours are nicely blended in together. And then it's time to take off the tapes underneath our eyes, and here I'm just making sure that both eyelids are looking really blocky and as black as possible. Next up, I'm taking the Body Shop Skinny Thin Felt Eyeliner and slightly winging my eyes. Now, you can't really tell when you've got this on, but you can definitely see it on the outer part of the eye. So it basically looks like you've got a full-on winged eyeliner on, but it doesn't matter if the inside bit of it is messy or anything like that, because you won't be able to see it. Then taking this Bourjois mascara, I'm putting a generous layer of this onto my lashes. And I did go in with my Red Cherry Wispy lashes on top, but I put them on off camera, but I just wanted to let you guys know. And then taking the Maybelline Lasting Drama Gel Eyeliner again, and just aligning my upper waterline. And this just makes the whole look all complete, and there's no kind of skin showing, if that makes sense. Then moving on to my face, I used the Bourjois Happy Light Foundation in the shade 53, and put that on with my fingers on kind of the main areas of my face, which I generally like to apply the foundation, before blending that all away with my beauty blender. Now, I realised that this foundation looked a little bit dark on my skin, so I went and added a little bit of the L'Oreal Lumi Magique foundation, and I think this is in the shade DW3, I want to say, and it just basically helped my skin look a little bit lighter and not as dark as it was looking before. Now it's time to move on to my brows, and for my brows I used the Soap & Glory Archery double-ended brow pencil and spoolie, and I did these off camera as well, because you guys have seen me do my eyebrows so many times, but this is what they look like filled in. And then going on to my Body Shop brow and lash gel, and just making sure all my eyebrow hairs are all coated and they stay put. Next, it's time for my concealer, and I'm using my favourite Maybelline Anti-Eye Age Rewind, I always get this name wrong, concealer, and I'm putting it onto the usual parts of my face. So I'm making sure that I've got kind of triangle shapes underneath my eyes, my chin, the bridge of my nose, and not forgetting my forehead, and also moving on to just under where my contour would be, because this just helps the contour pop, around my mouth and also my cupid's bow, before going in and blending that all away with my beauty blender as well. And if it's one thing that I would definitely recommend anyone get, which isn't from the drugstore, is the beauty blender, because it's just incredible. Now, taking my NYX Wonder Stick, I'm taking the lightest shade that it comes in, but taking the contour shade in the stick, if that makes sense, and contouring my face. So I'm first going in on my cheekbones, just underneath my cheekbones, my jawline, my hairline, and also around my nose as well, and a little bit on my lips. So where my cupid's bow is and just underneath where my lips are, and this just makes them look a lot bigger than they are. And just blending that all away with a brush, and this is a duo fiber brush by Motives, before going in to set all those areas. So I'm taking the Kick Ass powder by Soap & Glory and setting all of the areas where we applied the concealer and highlight. And then also going in with one of my old favourites, which I still really love, and it's Crushed Walnut eyeshadow by Natural Collection, and you can get this from Boots in the UK. And it's a beautiful contour shade because it's a really nice cool toned brown. And I'm just going over the areas where we applied that NYX contour. And then just going in with a fluffier brush just to make sure everything's blended, before adding a little bit of the Glam Bronze bronzer in 06 by L'Oreal, and I'm putting that all over those kind of areas where we contoured, just to warm it up slightly. Then taking the Maybelline gel eyeliner again, I'm basically drawing a really thick line underneath my lash line, and this just makes the whole look super intense. And I'm also adding this onto my lower waterline as well. And I'm doing the same to the other eye, and just going to make sure that both eyes are looking as even as possible. To make sure that all that area is all nice and set as well, I'm taking that same matte black shade from the Maybelline palette and just packing that on to where we applied the gel eyeliner to the lower lash line. And just so that it's not looking too harsh, I went in with the warmer matte brown shade from that same palette and just kind of helped diffuse the edges out and put it on top of the areas which are basically underneath my lash line, if that makes sense. And once I was done with this and happy with the way they were looking, I applied some of the same Bourjois 1 Second Volume Mascara onto my lower lashes. And you guys know how much I love doing this. But yeah, so this is the eyes pretty much all done, but I'm just going in and just intensifying the highlight and packing a little bit more colour onto my eyelids until I was kind of fully happy with the final way it was looking. Moving on to highlight, I use the Mary Luminizer as my highlight for my cheeks and the usual places which I like highlighting that you'll see me do here. And this we can get in Superdrug here in the UK, so I might have cheated with the drugstore aspect of it, but I just can't live without this highlighter. Then taking this BH Cosmetics blusher palette, I'm taking this shade here, which is a really neutral, warm brown colour. I'm putting that on to my cheeks as a bit of a blush, just so it gives me a little bit of colour and my face isn't looking really flat. And for my lips, I used a nude beige NYX lip liner. And first I lined my lips and filled them all in, and this just helps the lipstick that we put on top last a lot longer. And the lipstick that I went for is a sleek lipstick in the shade Liquor, which is a beautiful nude toned lipstick for, especially for, Asian skin types and people who are the same kind of colouring as me. So this is the final look, you guys. I really hope you guys enjoyed this. A smoky eye to me is one of the most glamorous eye looks that you can wear, especially for like a night out or anything like that, and it's one of my personal favourite looks. If you would like to see any more drugstore looks, then please leave me comments below because I would love to do them for you. But until next time, you guys, I will see you all in my next video. Bye!